Tonight, KTN can authoritatively unveil the shadowy figures behind the illegal diversion of billions of shillings of taxpayers' money from the e-Citizen platform. The directors of the company under scrutiny have been summoned to appear before Parliament to explain what they know about the deal. Martin Opio reports.
At the heart of the probe is a private firm, Pesaflow Limited, Webmaster Africa Limited, Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited, and Gold Rock Capital Limited, all set to appear before the House team to respond to queries on how the e-system may have led to the loss of an accumulative 9.4 billion shillings and how it was used to unlawfully collect 2.6 billion shillings from Kenyans in convenience fees for using the platform. A check on the Business Registration Bureau indicates that Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited and Gold Rock Capital don't exist. As such, on the ownership of Pesaflow at the website hit a dead end when the Government Services website brought a prompt saying the company is protected. In 2023, the Information Communication and Technology Authority entered into the e-Citizen platform support and maintenance framework and contracted MS Webmasters Kenya Limited in consortium with Pesaflow Limited and Olive Tree Media Limited. Business Registration Service (BRS) indicates that Webmaster Africa Limited was registered in 2010 and is owned by Lexco Company Limited, which has 50 ordinary shares, while James Ayugi Otieno holds 50 shares. Others with 1 share each are Derek Onyango, Thomas Isaac Juma, Robert Obel, Charles Karuri, Kennedy Odwori, Okech Joash, and Samuel Gomba. Abdallah Tohir, James Kiarie Gashui, and Sidney Ngonyi Washira are directors with no shares. The search shows that Olive Tree Media, incorporated in July 2010, has 2 directors, Charles Swambani Sewe and James Kabiru Kihia. The company's physical location is unclear, though it has a Nairobi postal code. However, Sewe's address is listed in Kakamega. A search for the real owners of Lexco at the Registrar of Companies indicates that the company has 1,000 ordinary shares, split between Abdallah Twahir with 400 shares, Gold Rock Capital Limited with 300, and James Kiarie Gashui 300, while Godwin Wangondu is company secretary and Sidney Washira is a director with no shares. Washira is also a director at Websters, again with 0 shares. According to the agreement, the government was to pay the vendor for support and maintenance, standardization of the system, and provision of payment gateway services, with the Auditor General noting that this arrangement exposes the government to potential legal dispute that might arise from payment to third parties to the contract, as was the case where a company identified as Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited, which was not party to the agreement, was paid 545.8 million shillings. Martin Opio, KTN.
Thanks, Martin Opio. Remember, we're set to have a conversation right here in studio as we articulate matters youth, power, and the 2027 general election. I'm sure you've heard that the youth are not just the future, they are the present, and they're definitely taking it in stride. We've seen that Nico Kadi civic movement, and we'll be asking you on our official social media platforms on X at KTN News KE, at Standard Kenya, J. Uko Kadi. If not, what is stopping you from registering? And we have some of the options right there. Nico Kadi, not yet, I will not register. Feel free to give us your comment on why exactly you're making that decision ahead of the 2027 general election. Remember, bad leaders are elected by good citizens who do not vote. And registering as a voter is the first part. Voting in credible leaders is where the rubber meets the road. I'll be interrogating that particular issue with a well-labeled panel. It's sort of a town hall tonight. I'll be joined by up to 10 guests right here in studio. Some of them, as you can see on your screens, Charity Waweru, Joshua Okayo, Wanjira Wanjiru, Anthony Mugo will equally be joining us. But that's not it. We'll be joined by Fidel Ongoya, Isaac Nganga, Sophie Njehia, Ken Babu. It's quite a list, and you can be assured that all the divergent views will be incorporated in this particular conversation. Well, that's something to look forward to. We'll equally be joined by Masden Kibet and Precious Howie. All are youth, all are quite visible on their own platforms and are agitating for change in the country. Remember, they're taking stride, making sure they're the change they want to be. So we'll be picking their minds as of 10 p.m. Stay tuned for that conversation coming your way a little bit later on. We take a short break first.